And since we were talking about children, what was it like raising children in that time?
Oh, I was very happy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and then how do you say that? Because today raising children is different than it was when you were raising children, right?
Hmm.
So what do you see is any difference? What are
What
some
do
of
I
the
see?
differences? When it
What's
was,
the difference?
Yeah,
yeah,
raising kids back when you were raising,
Uh,
your children versus today, parents raising their kids. Are there
well,
any
you know,
differences?
really.
I
Yeah.
wish I could do that. Help them. You know what I mean? Help them to get through.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see any let's see. I don't know how to word that. Or I guess okay, here's one. What are some of the values that you try to instill in your children? Did you ever teach them
Well,
any
my
values?
mom, she was part Native American, and she had a lot of quotes. Like a bird flies high, but he got to come down for water.
Mhm.
Don't change horses in the middle of the stream.
Mhm.
Things like that. What
Uh-huh.
goes around comes back around.
Yeah.
And she put that in my head, Catherine. And she called my name out. She called my name out, wow. And when I was in grade school, the priest used to come in when it was time for the report card,
Mhm.
and I would be so scared to find out what grade, or what he gave me.
Mhm.
But I never went over a C. You
Yeah.
know how? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so was there any important values that you taught your kids?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, you taught them the same thing that your
Yeah,
mom
yeah.
taught you. You told
What
them
my
the same
mom
stuff.
taught me, that's the only thing I knew. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah.
And then I met Jackie's daddy,
Mhm.
and he had a saying. Oh, Jackie, what was that your daddy used to say?
Could be better, could be worse. Be thankful for what you got.
Say that again.
It could be better or it could be worse. So you should be thankful for what
Amen.
you
Yeah, there you go. Hmm. I mean, he's a wise man too, but he was also an alcoholic.
Mhm.
So it's two alcoholics,
Yeah.
me and him.
Together. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love him. I love him.
Yeah. Um. We actually have a lot of those things that we touch on. Oh, okay. What do you want future generations to know about you and your family? Like, is there anything that
Like
you
your
would want us to know
grandkids.
about you and your family?
Say that again. I can.
Is there anything that you would want us, like your grandkids, to know about you and your family? Something very important.
It's very important. I think exactly what I just
Just
said.
said those words
Yeah.
that your mom said.
Yes.
You asked the question, how was it raising 8 kids?
I said, how was it raising kids, and did you have help? But you know,
How
How
was
was
it
it?
raising 8 children?
Very difficult.
Why? Why?
Why? Because I didn't have the daddy there. You know, out of all of them, your daddy was was the one that was there. First of all, your father. He was the first one that helped me, but I mean, he still wasn't by my side
To help you with
raising the kids.
raising the kids. What did he do to help you raise the kids?
Financial.
Was there anything else he might have done to help you raise the kids?
No, it's kind of like he stood by my side a lot. I never brought anything important to him that I figured was learned. You know what I mean?
So what were some of the characteristics that you liked about how he helped you or supported you?
I just loved the way he was. And when he first met me, I was telling him that he stepped into this club. I'm in this club sitting with my girlfriend. He stepped in and he paused And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I thought to myself and told my girlfriend, who is that? I said, I don't know. And he came right around to me, and I was telling them back in Louisiana, you know, are your husband married? And I said, no. You mind if I sit down? And I just loved the way he was when he was sober. And then with Mr. Baylor, he had 5 girls by his first wife. And one of them, she didn't like me being with her dad. She hauled off and hit me in the face. Pow! Blacked my eye. I hadn't done a thing to her. And I got a letter from her. Did I tell you that? Got a letter from her. After 50 years, she's writing to me and asking me, I should not ever put my hands on you. Will you forgive me? I never even gave it a thought, but she did, I guess. You know what I mean? So I wrote her back and told her I forgive him.
She wants something. She wants a
Sent her a saying that I can't remember who said about anything. No. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta think. Oh, I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
So you think you got it?
So I didn't read any of these, but these, which happen to be the same as these.
What were some of the struggles that you had to go through when raising your kids?
Well, trying to keep food on the table, you know.
What are you up to?
Hey, girl.
Hi.
These are my grandkids.
Wow.
Some of them.
Hi.
This is Jaron,
How you doing?
Hi.
Danae, and you know my daughter Jacquie.
Right.
Uh-huh. And this young lady here, I adopted her too. Tell her your name, darling.
Jessica.
Is she cute?
I can keep track of everybody. She brings me all the new babies. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, they
And this
are.
is Diane. She's my friend.
It's nice meeting you.
Me too.
How do you like her fancy do?
Nice.
This isn't it though. I haven't put mine on yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it on later.
She got a long curly one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She
Now
left-
where you
she
been?
left.
You been shopping?
I just got some rice and egg roll.
Uh-huh.
I don't, in case it's too bad here tonight, at least I got something to eat.
Oh, look at that. Now where did you go? Did you go down to the Chinese cafe?
Mhm.
Where is it? Down around by the
You
liquor
go
store?
down here, you go past, you go up to the thing, and in front of the liquor store, you go
Oh.
down about 4.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
there. Asia, I think, I forget what the name of it is.
I do too.
But I think there's about 3 or 4 Chinese places, but that's the only one I like.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well,
well, you
very-
guys have a good visit.
Okay, they're interviewing me and everything. You see, he's got his camera set up there.
Oh. You know, that's really a neat thing to do, to have, to go back
Yeah.
on history. It's like my grandson was taking American history, and he came to my husband. He says, Pops, were you in that war? You know, he goes, one with the mustache, Hitler.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh yeah. He says, did you know him? He says, no, I was out in the middle of the ocean. And he goes, what were you doing in the middle of the ocean? He said, I was on the Enterprise, which is a flat top at the time, a beautiful ship. Oh, well, tell me about it. And that's what he did. He totally interviewed
Yeah.
my husband.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Same class.
It
Well,
is.
African American literature.
Right, it's gorgeous. And the teacher called us and she goes, I don't know what you said to him, but he did the most beautiful report I've ever gotten.
Oh, wow.
And you really impressed him of the importance of what was being done.
Yeah.
Because he told him why because that's what Garrett goes, well, did any of your friends get killed? And he goes, yeah, Garrett, unfortunately they did. And he goes, well, how did they do that? And he says, well, the Japanese came in with their planes and they dove into our ship. And then one of them, they hit at the water
Daddy.
line.
He
And
went
in the
through that.
water line, you know, it started getting in the engine. And Garrett said, well, and he says, well, they also hit our runway, so planes couldn't come in or get out. And he says, what'd you do? He says, we gave them a burial at sea.
Oh, wow.
At that point, they just got, you know, when they crashed, they're kamikazes, they killed themselves.
Oh.
And he says, well, what did you do? He says, we got out the bulldozer and pushed them over and gave them a burial at sea. That's a very honorable thing for a person in the service. But I guess it just went on and on.
Yeah.
And I thought, I found out stuff I didn't know about it. Anyways, nice meeting all of you. It's good seeing you, hon.
Oh, thank you, darling. Lordy. Yeah, I've been going around ministering to people, you know, and I haven't been able to do that, but my chair, you know, I had a problem with it for 2 months, and the repairman would come out, take it outside, bring it, oh, it's working, I'll go to get in it, lights didn't come on. This happened twice. I just raised my hands up there and said, Lord, I need my chair. And all the lights came on.
Oh, wow.
Now, you know that had to be a miracle.
Right.
Mhm.
I know. So,
So-
I've learned you're very, very spiritual.
Yeah.
Going through a lot of spiritual, what did you say that? Just different incidents that
Yeah.
you've had.
Well, I guess I was born with it, I guess. You know, I was my mama's baby. And my mom told me that, not my mom, but Aunt Annabelle told me that when my mom was walking down the street with my dad, she was pregnant with me, he would kick my mama in the stomach because she didn't step off the sidewalk for a white lady.
Oh, wow.
That's something. And so I come up with a dent in my head.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
your dad, he was black and Asian?
Huh?
He was black?
Yeah, he was Asian and black, yeah. She'd call him China boy.
Yeah. And then what you knew from your mom, which is Native American or Native American and black?
Native American black.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember I told you she had this picture of this Indian and his wife, and every time I go out to go chop the wood, she said, that's your grandma and your grandpa. But I never did meet her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. I guess that's a good one. If you could change one thing, what would it be?
What would it be? Well, what you want me to say about politics or what?
I guess anything in your life. If there's anything in your life that you could have changed.
Well, I would have liked to change the way my dad, I never knew him.
Oh, the
I met him one day. My mom was taking my sister Beverly to the movies. And I was in the kitchen cooking chicken. Jackie's so sleepy. Oh, that's her heart. And I was in the kitchen cooking chicken, and my daddy come in. What you doing in there? And he talked real fast. And I said, oh, Daddy, I'm cooking some chicken. What are you cooking? Chicken fricassee? I said, I don't know. Give me that skillet. I mean, it was a big trip.
Yeah.
And then he told my sister and me when we were pregnant, I don't want no black babies. No black baby. That baby coming here black, I ain't gonna say nothing to you no more.
So it seemed like he himself didn't really like black people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Was that pretty normal for families or like women to grow up or have kids and the men wasn't there?
Say that again.
Was it pretty normal because you said your father wasn't there, and then I know you experienced with your kids' fathers not being there. Was that pretty normal?
Yeah, very.
Very normal. Because you and your sisters, you guys have different fathers too.
Yeah. My sister Janine and Beverly, we have the same dad, China Boy.
Okay.
And then my other two sisters, Nadine and Zena, they had a dad named Pearl Ryan. He was part white. He was more white than he was black. And so both of my sisters would pass. You know what pass means?
Yeah.
You know, they're not black, but they're something else.
Yeah. They can
So,
look something
yeah,
else.
when I married Mr. Jackson, talked to my older sister, oh, come up, I got a present for you. So we drive up there to Sacramento. I get out of the car, me and my girlfriend, and we go around to the back. She said, go around to the back. I go back there and knock on the door. The guy come to the door. There are no black people working here. And I said, oh my, excuse me. So I'm coming back, going to the car. My sister's got a tray in her hand, coming toward me, but going on the side. Oh, Katie, go back, go back, go back. She didn't want him to know she was black. So, I mean, that was a big experience.
Yeah.
And I got back to the car, and Mr. Jackson, I said, she didn't want to see me. She told me to come back to the back door, and they said there's no black people back there. And Mr. Jackson just fell out laughing. You know, he thought it was funny.
And so did that put a hardship on your relationship with your sisters, the two oldest?
Yes.
Were you guys not that close? growing up?
Right.
Because they tried to pass it.
Yeah, all that passing and stuff. And then my sister Zena, she joined the army. She was a WAC. And she was stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And she was pregnant, and she lost the baby. And all the baby clothes were there in the drawer. And I took those baby clothes and put them on my dolls.
And your dolls?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you going to ask something?
Earlier, I was going to say, how do you think society has changed over your lifetime? How do you think like society has changed?
As far as what?
Race relations, politics.
I don't think they've really changed. You know, politics, I think, is all the same thing as racism. You know, and I don't think it'll ever change. Not until the Lord comes and fixes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because we do still deal with the same stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, and then some people look at me and say, what nationality? Are you from Louisiana? I said, no, I'm not. Oh, yeah, you from Louisiana? So I got an atlas and looked up some states, you know. So I pointed out from there because Mr. Jackson was from, from Louisiana.
Yeah.
And so they would ask me after that, where are you from? It was near the main city there. What is it?
What's the main city in
The main city of Louisiana.
New Orleans, Baton Rouge.
New Orleans, yeah.
New Orleans.
He was from, Jacquie, you remember where your daddy was from?
Yeah. New Orleans and
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Baton
that's where
Rouge.
he was from. Okay. Well, I guess that would have kind of been nice to know when you were out there in New Orleans.
You didn't know that?
I think I knew and I forgot. Because I would have been like, oh. Just soak it in some more.
Her dad was the first mechanic.
I knew Louisiana.
First black mechanic.
No, I knew Louisiana. I just didn't know New Orleans.
Yeah, I was telling them that, daddy's people would always ask me, are you from Louisiana? Oh, you from Louisiana? I said, no, I'm not. Oh, yeah, you from Louisiana. So I got an atlas with the maps and stuff, and I pointed out Zachary. I said, if they ask me again, I'm going to tell them I'm from Zachary. So some of his friends, where you from, Cat? Zachary. Oh, you remember that store around the corner there? Yeah, I remember that.